We learn lessons every single day of our lives, and throughout the course of life, we learn lessons. And many times those lessons help us in making good decisions in the future. But sometimes we learn bad habits. We pick up things that will interfere with the progress of our lives. And we allow ourselves maybe to introduce a bad habit or follow a bad habit into something that we're called upon to do, maybe in our place of work or in some aspect of our career. And the lingering impact of that bad habit has a way of messing up the possibilities and the joys of the future. So let's spend the next few minutes talking together about separation and service. What are some of the things that you need to let go of in order to be able to be effective and fruitful in the service that you're giving to God today? My name is Kwame Rubadiri, and you are watching CITAM Church Online. As Joshua, at the end of his life, begins to talk to the children of Israel and challenges them, they've now come into this new experience. They've come into the promised land. It's been divided amongst them. They have new possessions. They have ownership of land that was not theirs. They hadn't cultivated and harvested before. They have houses that they had never built because God has favored them and blessed them in this promised land to be able to grow up to become a community that honors Him. But Joshua challenges them. He says to them, fear God and serve Him. But he also says, separate yourselves from the gods that your forefathers, or the bad lessons or the bad behavior that your forefathers introduced to you and came into your lives as a result of their influence over your life. What are some of the things that you and I need to separate ourselves from? Some bad habits that have lingering impact upon our lives today that can impact the way in which we do service for the Lord today. It is my hope that you will allow the Holy Spirit to help you identify what are some of those things that I've carried over or have been carried over, either from my cultural experience, either from lessons that I didn't learn from or didn't take the time to learn from in order to become the best and most effective servant of God that I could be. The children of Israel were told, separate yourselves from the gods, from the influences, from the negative behavior that existed amongst those who are part of your culture. Don't allow those things to come into your service of God today. And in our context today, as a reality of our experience, it might be some of the traditions, it might be some of the cultural practices that those who are part of our ethnic background are saying that, oh, we must hold on to these, otherwise we lose our identity. Your only identity, yours and mine, especially as believers and Christians, is in God. It is in who God made us, in what God has entrusted us to do, and how God expects us to serve Him. We serve an audience of one. We don't serve our culture, we don't serve our traditions, we serve the living God. And so we must be clear. We must identify what are we willing to separate ourselves from in order to be the best servants of God in this life. It is a challenge for all of us. It is a challenge for all of us because we are inundated, whether it's from the internet or from cultural practices or from our own relatives, with the desire to shape our lives in a particular way. But Joshua said to the children of Israel, fear God, serve Him, separate yourselves from the things that will bring a negative impact over your life. Ask the Holy Spirit to help you identify everything you must separate yourself from in order to be the most effective, most impactful servant of God that you can be. God bless you.